Hi, I'm attorney Steve Reilly, and I have over 4 decades of experience helping individuals buy or sell their residential homes. And today I want to talk to you about some things you should look out for when you are a first-time condominium home buyer. First, I would suggest that you look at the area of the entire condominium complex to look at the condition of the roads, the roofs of all these units, if you can see them. Or if there's decks, what's the condition of the decks? What's the condition of the siding of all of these units in that entire complex? And the reason for that is your economic destiny is tied to the condition of this entire condominium complex. Things that are common elements. The siding of houses, the decks could be a limited common element for which the condominium association uses their monies to repair, especially the roads, because paving a road, fixing a road can really get expensive. And if that is occurring and there's going to be those kinds of repairs in the near future, you could be hit with a very significant assessment, which you may not be able to afford. So you want to look at the entire area to see what is it with this complex that might need significant repairs in the future. The second thing I would suggest is you read very carefully the documents that you're going to receive. In Connecticut, there's a pile of documents you receive, and I think this is true of almost every state. It's something called like a resale package, where they give you all of the rules and regulations, the bylaws, and all of the things that encompass this condominium, so that you carefully look at all these documents to see some of the things that are going to be of concern to you. 1, can the condominium be expanded? Is this a condominium that they can reconstruct a second phase of that condominium, or is it limited to just the buildings that are there? What do the rules and regulations and the bylaws of the condominium say? These are very important to you because if you've got a pet and you want to bring a pet to you, you want to make sure that the rules and regulations allow for pets. Some rules and regulations may grandfather pets, but not allow them. In other words, if somebody was already there, when they change the rules to disallow pets, then those people might be allowed their pets. And you might see them walking around the complex with their pet, people walking around with their pets, but not knowing that they actually are not allowed anymore. You also want to look at the resale package to look at, are there any assessments or future assessments? Are there any assessments that are currently being charged? Or are there any that are in the future, the short-term future, that the condominium association is going to be assessing for? Because in most condominiums, the board of directors are going to be the ones that make those decisions. And for the unit owners to reverse it, they're going to need a certain number of votes, a substantial number of votes, in order to reverse it in most cases. So it may very well be that the board of directors decide to have one assessment. So it could be one very large amount that you may not be able to afford, especially after you just got through moving in and you put a lot of money into furniture and things like that, or maybe unanticipated repairs in that unit. So you want to be careful of those. You also want to look at, and this is very important, look at the capital reserves of the condominium association. And what that means is that what monies has the association been collecting and put aside for major repairs? Because if they have a lot of capital reserves and then they choose to either repair everybody's deck or repair the roofs, there won't be as big of an assessment, or maybe no assessment at all. If they're very low, then the condominium association is likely going to go out to a bank and borrow, and then the question becomes, you may be hit with an assessment for a significant number of years that you have to do that. So the capital reserves of the condominium association are very important to you. The other thing to consider is if you're a first-time home buyer, how long do you anticipate staying in that condominium? And this is something you should think about before you even put your signature on the contract to try to buy one, is how long are you going to stay there and what kind of market is currently in existence for those condominiums. Because if you're taking out a loan that comes up with 95% financing or even 100% financing in some cases, you could be stuck in that condominium for a number of years. If the market drops and you're not able to sell it and move on to maybe the dream home you've always wanted. So sometimes the condominium, it can be a trap for you if you buy at the height of the market and it's 100% financing and then the value drops. And if the value drops so that it would be more money to pay in a mortgage for that condominium than it would be if you get stuck renting that condominium out, then you might end up taking a hit every year that you own that condominium by renting it, because you not only have the lowering value of the unit, which forces you to keep paying your mortgage on it unless you can buy your way out of the payoff of that mortgage to get the new home, or you end up with a situation where you just can't economically get out of that thing because of the common charges. So in other words, you get the rental back from somebody, but the common charges plus your mortgage payment make it prohibitive. You're losing money renting, but you've got no choice because the market dropped below the value of that. So those are the kinds of things you want to think about when you're purchasing a condominium. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up or consider subscribing to this channel and clicking on the bell sign over there so that you can then be notified when future videos come out. Is that my goal in these videos is to educate as many people about legal concepts in either real estate, estate planning, and others as much as I can. Because I really believe that an educated client is a better client. So I hope you enjoyed this video and thank you for watching.